friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Santoshi. Today I'm going to talk about teachers' demand in Australia. Before going further, I would like to check how many of you have observed a change on my channel. Yes, I changed my name to Unique Champs. There is no strong reason behind it, just to link back to the work that I have been undertaking for the past 5 years. So I have been blogging using uniquechamps.org to help international students, because I always believe proper planning and proper guidance help you to become a champions in your career. So that's why I said university champions, uni champs. So if you have a name that is very exciting or interesting than uni champs, please let me know in comments, and I'm happy to take your suggestions on that. Thank you for that. And now get back into our topic. So teachers' demand. I have done a reel on my Facebook page, and that reel has gone viral. So it's just hit 33,000 views just in few days. Then I thought maybe many of you are interested to know the teachers' demand in Australia and how it works. So this video I'm going to divide into 3 parts. So the first part I'm going to talk about, this may help those students who wants to pursue their career in Australia as a teacher. So that's first part. And the second part I'm going to talk about professionals. Professionals is for those teachers who are already having experience and who wants to migrate to Australia. So what are the options, visa options available, and what are the types of teacher occupations available and in demand in Australia. And the third one which I'm going to talk about is skills assessment, how you get your skills assessment done. What's the first step before you start applying for the visa? So without any further ado, let's get back into the topic. As I told you earlier, after reading the article, I really wanted to do a bit of more research on it, bit of more analysis on it. So what I did was I went into the immigration website to see what are the occupations that are in demand for teacher occupation. So when I looked at the skilled occupation list of the immigration website, I typed teacher, and it picked up number of occupations under that category. So there are art teachers, drama teachers, music teachers, private tuition teachers, and secondary school teachers, high school teachers, they got middle school teachers. So the number of teachers occupations are available under that category. Then I thought, okay, I'll just do bit more analysis on it to see what are the visas that these occupations have access to. So before going a bit further, I would like to give a context. So the Australian immigration website is designed in such a way that when you type your occupation, it also gives you the number of visas or types of visas that you are eligible to apply if you have right eligibility or skill set. So for example, in my case, I'm an accountant. So accountant general, if you type accountant general, and it gives a list of occupations, list of visas that are available for this occupation. So when I looked at teachers occupation, there are about 15 of them. Out of 15 of them, 13 occupations have given access to the maximum number of visas available in Australia. So what that really means is that the teachers are in demand everywhere in Australia. So what I mean by everywhere in Australia, some occupations, if you look at cattle farmer or pig farmers or any farming occupations, that is only in demand in the regional Australia. So some occupations are like that, so where you cannot apply in the major cities or in the towns. But whereas for this occupation, number of visas available, so that means you can even work in regional areas, you can work in major cities, you can work in towns. It's in demand everywhere. You can apply for any visa that suits your skill set. So in that, I have gone through the more bit details to see what are the visas available. So the visas are in different categories. So one is self-sponsored visas, and the other one is the sponsored visas. Self-sponsored visas are those ones that you can sponsor yourself, so that you don't need an invitation from any sponsor. So that is more like you can apply for permanent migrations with your qualifications and experience and move to Australia and look for the job then. But whereas the other some of the other categories of visas are such where you need to have employer sponsorship or a state or territory sponsorship. So once you got that sponsorship, you get an invitation to apply for that particular visa. So this is the number of categories of visas available for teachers occupation. So as I told you, how it is beneficial, the first part for students who are studying bachelor's of degree in any field, and they want to move to Australia as an international student and want to pursue teaching, because teaching is in demand in Australia. So as soon as you finish your studies, you may have more chances that you can get permanent residency visas, or you can permanently settle in Australia using any of those visa categories. So for students, there are a number of courses available. So I have done a video on top universities in Australia. If you're looking for top universities, you can look at that YouTube short that I have done, and then you can find out the top universities, which are also called a group of eight in Australia. So this is for students who wants to pursue studies in Australia in relation to teaching occupation. And the second category of visas, professionals, this is for people who has experience and also qualifications. So this is as I said earlier, there are a number of visas available. So if you are a middle school teacher or primary school teacher, so if you are early childhood teacher, which is a preschool teacher, so that is also in demand in Australia. So the number of occupations relating to teaching profession is in demand in Australia. So I have shared the link below for you to explore a bit more on it. So this is another option for you to select from, whether you want to go as a self-sponsored or you want to go as an employer nomination, or you can go for temporary visas, which is just for 3 years or two. It ranges from 2 years to 4 years, and then you'll have a pathway to immigration later on. So depends on the number of visas. So for example, if you have an experience, if you are an early graduate, you just have only 1 or 2 years of experience, there is a visa called 491, which I'm going to do a video on it soon. Recently have seen, as of April 2022, invitation rounds. So the secondary school teacher is being given invitation for 65 points. 65 points are the minimum points. So that means you have a lot of opportunity to get invitation with your experience, with your if you have 1 or 2 years or 3 years experience with relevant qualifications. So it's a good chance for you to try and get invitation and move to Australia. So these are some of the options that are available for professionals who have got experience and qualifications. So the other way that you can search to see what is the demand like in Australia. So when I looked at seek.com.au, which is number one job search website in Australia, so I just typed teacher and I've got about 5,000 plus jobs that are, at the time of making this video, are available. So that shows for a small country like Australia, 5,000 jobs in for one profession is huge number. So that's what the teachers are. This shows again the teachers are in demand in Australia. So that's another way where you can look what is your profession. You can look how often your teaching occupation is listed on this website. How many employers are looking for teacher. That, for example, if you are a preschool teacher, then you can type early childhood teacher or early or preschool teacher, and then see how many times the employers are posting and what sort of employers are posting. So this gives you an idea of what happens when you move to Australia as a migrant. So what are the opportunities available? So, and the next part that as I told you earlier, skills assessment. Yes, after you have decided what visas that you want to apply for, the next step would be skills assessment. Yes, your profession needs to be assessed by an assessing authority. So for teaching occupation, we got two assessing authorities. The first assessing authority is AITSL, which is Australian Institute, which I have written down here, sorry, Australian Institute for Technology and School Leadership. This is a major assessing authority for number of occupations in teaching. There are some occupations, one or two occupations, that are also assessed by VETASYS. VETASYS is another occupation that provides skills assessment. So the reason behind the skills assessment is to making sure that the skill set that you have from your country is matching to the skill set the Australian government is expecting. So that's all it's about. So once you get the positive outcome of that assessment, then you get a passport to apply for those visas that I was mentioning against your occupation. So you may be wondering, where do I find whether I'm eligible to get assessed by AITSL or VETASYS? That I'm going to show you as well. So what you can do is you can go into skilled occupation list. I have shared the link below for you, and then type your occupation. So for example, if you are a middle school teacher, type middle school teacher. Or if you're not sure what your profession is called, for example, sometimes when I was in India, when I was working for a bank, my position was called as process associate, but in Australia it's called something else. So when I was looking at process associate, there was no occupations, no positions coming up in the job search websites. So if you have some sort of different sort of title, don't go about the title, just look for teacher. Maybe get all the occupations that are linked to teacher. Then you can find out which occupations your occupation is closely related to. Then from there you can check the second column that shows on the immigration website is the visas, the number of visas that you can apply for. And the third column has got the assessing authority. That's where the assessing authority comes in. So where you can get your skills assessed. So it shows whether your occupation is to be assessed by AITSL or VETASYS. So depending on your occupation, so you can go with that assessing authority. You can do this one approaching any consulting firm, or you can do by yourself. It all depends on how how you organize your documentation and processes around skills assessment. So this is all about teachers demand in Australia, and I think that's the end of my video. And if you like it, please share and subscribe to my channel. And if any of you, the teachers, are looking to migrate to Australia, please share this video so that it may help them to look for opportunities to migrate to Australia. And Australia is a very immigration friendly country, and when you move here, you find many of the people in this country are multicultural. So you find people from different countries. So it's a very good country, and this is the right time for you as well to jump or to go from your comfort zone and try for migrating permanently or temporarily. If you want to test the waters, this is the best time. So I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share and subscribe to my channel. If you have any topic that you want me to address, please feel free to comment so that I'll work my best to get that topic across to you. Thank you so much, and I'll get back to you with another topic. Until then, bye. Thank you.